All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am going to make this short, simple, and sweet. I know I say it all the time, but I really mean it. Don't make it too long. Got to get ready for the Georgia Bulldogs and the Ole Miss Rebels that actually just started as when I'm filming and making this video. Want to lock in, hone in on that game. Did Oklahoma, I know Oklahoma won, but we'll pull that up in just a second. First things first. You know why I'm here. I know why you're here. Clap it up to, ooh. All right, Matt, chill. Let's focus on this. You see me looking behind the camera, as y'all know. Got the games going on in the background. Clap it up. Let's do this the right way. To the nerds. Vanderbilt beats LSU. I still can't get over the fact that Vanderbilt's favored. Even though they won the game, it's still mind-blowing for me. It's hard to believe. Vanderbilt was favored in a game against a top 10 team, even if it was at home. It was the first time, fun fact of the day, they were favored against a top 10 team since 1969. That's like, what, 80-something years ago, 70-something years ago? Insane. But hey, I guess Vegas knows something we don't, or maybe some of you. I know LSU was struggling heading to this matchup, and that's a different video for a different day, trust me. We're going to be talking about Brian Kelly at the beginning of this week, the videos we make on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on and so on. Golly, I get it. You know, it is a double-edged sword, and I am going to be a hypocrite in this video. I'm going to, now what's the word I'm looking for? Not a hypocrite. Oh, contradict myself. I'm going to sit up here and tell you, hey, first things first, I tweeted this out. I'm going to read it off word for word. Why not? Because I want to see exactly what I said. By the way, if you're not following the Twitter, what are you doing? We have a great time over there. Shout out to the Twitter community. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. It's time for people to understand and realize that Vanderbilt is a good team and program. Times have changed. I told y'all in the preview, watch out for this game. I told you 2 weeks ago, heading into the Alabama game. It's still, and it's why I am a hypocrite, and I'll contradict myself with Vanderbilt. It is still, for me, hard to understand and get my brain to understand that Vanderbilt is a good team. They are, but still, I fall victim to it. When I see Vanderbilt on the top 25, you know, the scores, whatnot, on ESPN, I see who they play. I see them hosting LSU, and they're favored. It is still so hard for me to fathom that Vanderbilt was favored in this game. It's so hard for me to fathom that Vanderbilt's a good football team. It flabbergasts me. But it's reality. It's reality. And I think you guys, every single one of you watching this video, you got to come to terms with it. Vanderbilt isn't just a good team. Let me throw this in there. Vanderbilt's not just a good football team. They are a good program. They've done it back-to-back years. And like Clark Lee said, their head coach, they're better this year than they were last year. They're now 6-1. I'm not going to get too crazy, but they still control their own destiny. Your only loss being Alabama at Alabama in a game in which if Pavia doesn't turn over a couple times, you probably win. One loss, controlling your destiny, for the playoff at least. I don't know about the SEC hunt because Alabama beat you. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. I haven't looked at their schedule. We're not going to get into all that and whatnot. We're here to talk about this game. This is all about Vanderbilt. We're going to talk about LSU, but it's the same story, different week for LSU. Your defense, they got shredded in this one. The defense was actually keeping you in games. However, I feel like the offense was still just not that good. I don't know what's up with Nussmeier. I thought it was going to be an offensive team this year. I thought the defense was going to be meh. Heading into this game, defense has been stellar. The offense has just been terrible. Not even average, been terrible. The defense in this one didn't even force a punt until 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Shaking my head. However, I'm going to give LSU's defense a benefit of the doubt on that one. They've been great all year long. It's Vanderbilt. Everybody can say what they want about this team. You can say, well, it's the nerds, Matt. You call them the nerds. They are the nerds. They are. But good gosh almighty, this gimmicky Clark Lee offense with Pavia, he is so hard to stop. He looks like prime Johnny Manziel. He does. I guess that's why they're buddies. They have a similar ego. They're kind of cocky. But they back it up. So what are you going to say about it? Heck, he had a play that gave me deja vu from the Bama game in this one. It's 4th and 1, just like he did against Bama, not this year, but last year. 4th and 1, he throws a miraculous pass. He spins away from Whit Weeks, throws it to, I believe it was the running back they convert. It's plays like that where you're sitting there as an LSU fan or a fan of college football just shaking your head going, you throw your hands up. What are we supposed to do? You can't stop it. It's like the perfect pick and roll in basketball. Can't stop it. You had your defender, best defender on the team, Whit Weeks, arguably, in prime position. Diego put a whoop-de-doop move on him, and great offense is better than great defense. It's always going to trump it. So I'm going to clap it up to Pavia. He did his thing. We'll put the box score in just a second. I am curious to see that. I haven't looked at the box score of the stats. Look, this isn't going to be a video of me going, ha, look. It's not like last night. Look, Miami and Timmy Beck lost to Louisville. And Louisville's a good team, but, you know, we're not here to laugh at LSU. Vanderbilt's good. Are they great? No, but they are a really good, solid football team. They're like a mosquito. You can wipe at them, swat them all you want, but they're going to keep coming back. They're annoying. They are. I wouldn't want to play them. As a Bama fan, we beat them. I do not want to play Diego Pavia ever again. Ever again. With this Vanderbilt team. No, they're good. You know, we know what Vanderbilt is. I didn't learn anything new about them. And I didn't learn anything new about LSU in this ball game. Vanderbilt's not great defensively, but they're going to score a bunch of points. But, hey, I'll clap it up a little bit to the Vanderbilt defense. We're doing a bunch of claps in this video. They forced back-to-back 3-and-outs when the offense was sputtering there in the fourth quarter. And then Pavia seals it with the run up the middle. GG's, that's all she wrote. I don't have too much more to say about this, guys. We're going to make this short, simple, and sweet, like I said. Get to a racing. And here's the last thing I'll say about the game itself. If I'm an LSU fan, trying to put myself in your shoes. Of course, if I'm a Vanderbilt fan, I'm happy. We're 6-1. We're chilling. We're big chilling at that. But if I'm an LSU fan, let me throw this in there. The narrative shouldn't be, LSU's trash. No. These were two. I struggle even saying LSU's a good football team, but Vanderbilt's good. The narrative shouldn't be, LSU lost to a mediocre Vanderbilt team with a gimmicky offense. No, it should be you lost to a Vanderbilt team that's really good. And yeah, they got a gimmicky offense, but that's not me dissing them. It is what it is. They do a bunch of shovel passes, motion, jet sweeps, quarterback runs. It's hard to stop because it's not conventional. You can't practice for it. You can't practice for the Diego Pavia Vanderbilt offense. And you saw it tonight. They gave one of the best defenses in the nation fits and troubles all game long. LSU, before I get to writing down these stats, your season's over. When I say your season's over, mathematically, if you were to win out, you probably, you only got 2 losses. You could still make the playoff, I'm sure of that, because you got Bama left and your strength of schedule is so good. But here's what I'm saying when your season's over. It's the same thing when I said it about Clemson and Florida State when they had 2 losses. Buddy, the way you were playing, and it's not just this game, the way you played all year long, your season's over. You're not winning out. There's no way. LSU's just not very good. That may rub some LSU fans the wrong way, but I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. Let's get into this box score. Alrighty, here we go. Should see that pretty good. Nussmeier on the, I was about to say night, on the, would you call it the morning? Well, we'll just call it the afternoon. You get the point. It was 11 a.m. kickoff. 19 for 28, 225 through the air. 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs. He had 2 carries for negative 13 yards. As we know, sacks could have counted into that. Not bad. Not bad. He was all right. Vanderbilt and Pavia, 14 for 22, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 INTs. But here's the kicker with old Pavia. You got to throw this in there when you talk about him. He's a dual threat gimmicky quarterback like we talked about. 17 carries for a whopping 86 yards. A bunch of those were scrambles too. That's your difference maker. 86 yards. LSU could not contain old Pavia on the ground. We'll pull up the team stats, shall we? LSU only had 14 first downs. Not what you like to see. They did have one cool play where, what was it? Who did he throw that to? Nussmeier, where it broke down, scored a touchdown. Vanderbilt was 6 for 13 on third downs. LSU was 5 for 11. Good there on both teams. Vanderbilt had 400 total yards. LSU had, just checking the score there. LSU had 325. Wow, really clean game. 0 turnovers. I knew there wasn't any interceptions. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Vanderbilt controlled the clock. 36 minutes time of possession. And rushing yards, 239 to 100. You are not going to win many games in which you lose the rushing battle 239 to 100, and that's all she wrote. Poor LSU. I'm actually curious, since we got a second here. Let's pull up LSU's schedule. Well, actually, let me pull up Vandy's schedule. I'm really intrigued. Of course, we'll talk about this later in the season. Got Missouri next, Texas. SEC's a gauntlet. Missouri, At Texas, you host Auburn. Host Kentucky. Ain't too bad. Then you go to Tennessee. You could probably lose. Man, it's going to get interesting. Vanderbilt goes 10-2. They may sneak in the playoff. Let's pull up our LSU schedule. No, they got. So you got A&M next week. Yeah. Got Bama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky, and then Oklahoma. Got to win out. Got to win out. No way you're getting in with 3 losses. Many more things I could say. Gotta get to watching this Georgia and Ole Miss game. And let me know your thoughts down below. But